I'm on this side of the pulpit for a minute. This is my 7th stewardship campaign at UUCA. And there are some things that I love about stewardship season. One of them is the stewardship testimonials, where congregants get up and tell us why this amazing place is important to them. I love hearing how varied the reasons are for why people feel a deep connection to UUCA. Reasons as diverse as our beliefs, different spiritual marshmallows for everyone. I'm up here because while UUCA writes my paycheck every month, my wife and I are also pledging friends. This is our spiritual home, and the success of this congregation is important to us. So, in my role of pledging friend, and in my short time allotted here, I'm going to talk about 3 things related to pledging: how much, when to pledge, and why to pledge. The third one's the easy one. UUs are bad at talking about money. It's just true. It makes us uncomfortable. Honestly, we really don't like guilt here. We want people to feel good about giving, so we tend to throw a lot of softballs. We're having a pledge drive, and if it's not too much trouble, if you could let us know how much you want to give at some point, no rush, but eventually, if you were to tell us, it would be super neat. I'm sorry for the strong language, super neat. A little too far. Now, in truth, the crowd here is highly intelligent. We get that if we want the highest quality staff, if we want engaging programming, if we want to continue this dynamic, exciting worship, to expand our capabilities, to bring our message to the wider community, we need to support this place. How much to pledge is different for everybody. We have members here who give 12, 13% of their annual income to UUCA. These are the folks who are real stakeholders in the congregation, those giving 5% and up. In regards to how much, I want to make one point, that making an annual pledge feels daunting. The numbers feel big, right? And we are all protective of our resources, but if you change your thinking from a yearly pledge to a weekly pledge, it starts to make a lot of sense. Increasing your pledge by $500 a year sounds like a lot, like a hardship, but increasing your pledge by $10 a week, it sounds manageable, doable, even easy. When to pledge is my real reason for being up here. I mentioned that we throw a lot of softballs when asking for pledges, and we start throwing them in September. Last year on December 1st, we were still waiting for about 200 pledges, and at the time, I was angry. Why are people dragging their feet? And then I realized that for the pledger, there is absolutely no difference between pledging in September and pledging on December 31st. It's the same thing, because you're pledging for January 2015. And in our softball throwing, we never talk about how this affects your staff. I've been through 6 of these, and in all 6, starting in October and moving through December, we, the staff, get updates. And they've always included projected cuts to our programs, our benefits, and always the possibility of losing staff, of us losing our jobs every year since I've been here. It puts a cloud over the last 3 months of our Tuesday staff meetings. Now, the good news, those pledges eventually come in, but sometimes it's in mid-January. So it has no effect on you when you pledge, but I would consider it a favor to take this talk to your houses now. It's a real conversation, how much to give to UUCA, but if you could have that talk in the next couple weeks, it will change our life here for the better for the rest of the year. And now the easy one, why to pledge to UUCA, and it's different for every person in this room. Here's my personal reason. We disagree. We are so different. There might be some big things that some of us agree on, but not all of us. And with some of the little things, you might be hard-pressed to find 2 people who agree on it, but we are here. Beloved community, we can disagree and fight for justice together. We can disagree and comfort each other in times of sorrow, disagree and truly love each other, care for each other, push each other when needed, and rejoice with each other because we are members of a unique faith community, a beloved community that doesn't need to be homogenized or watered down to change people's lives. Our differences and our celebration of our differences bind us together, and that is why I give to UCA, so we can continue to model this thing for the world. Thanks.